Hello, everyone. Welcome you all to a new episode of this podcast series. Today we have with us Mr. Shubham Malhotra, sir. He is the founder of Lawstrings Management, a law firm management consulting firm. Sir, thank you so much for coming to our show.
Thank you, Amit, for calling me.
Sir, my first question to you is what is law firm management? Can you please explain us?
Law firm management is itself is a very self-explanatory term, but to give you a little brief in very simple terms, anything which revolves around business or the operation side of running a law firm falls under the law firm management domain. The major focus of any law firm management professional is that all the operation sides are taken care of so that lawyers are able to focus more on the legal work. They are able to provide a high quality client deliverables, and that's the major focus where law firm management focuses upon. Few things which are covered under law firm management would be related to like branding, creating branding strategies, business development plans, social media management, PR strategies, HR management. All these are covered under the rule of law firm management.
Thank you, sir. Sir, how was your journey after law school and how did you plan out to pursue your career in law firm management?
I graduated in 2017. I started my journey with Ernst and Young. I used to work in forensics and investigation team, quite a new field at that time as well. Then I was introduced to the field of law firm management during when I was working with ENY. Uh, I, I found it very interesting and a very different field. So technically, I was offered a job before and I denied because I was not sure about the field. I had no clue what is law firm management all about. Then I conducted my own research. I connected with few friends who were already working in this domain in the tier one, tier two firms as in-house. I understood how is the scope, what all. I had a lot of questions at that time. So connected with people. Then finally, I took a call, took a leap of faith, and I joined with one of the consulting firms who were dealing in the law firm management side. That's how I started in 2019, and after working with consulting firm, I switched to a in-house role where I was working with one of the law firms, and I was handling the business development side, usually on the international business development side for the law firm. And finally, then I again took a leap of faith and started my own consulting firm.
Sir, usually we see that law firms are given rankings like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 and awards. So what is the process?
So, okay, rankings is a part of your branding strategy. Uh, all the rankings, all the awards which you see, uh, there are multiple international directories and as well as domestic directories. During the year, every directory has their own nomination process. They have their own timelines. Uh, to give you certain example, what is common among all these directories and submissions, usually there is a submission form where you have to place all the work which you have done during the time, like the during 1 year, what is the latest work you have done. Uh, you have to also provide certain referees. These are the people who will put in good word about you. These are, it's like a feedback. They can be your clients, they can be anybody from the industry with whom you have worked, depending upon publication to publication. Every publication has a different process, but there are few things which are common. For certain awards, there are jury meets which are happening. There's a lot of research which is done before any law firm is categorized under any particular tier, or whenever they are awarded with any particular award in a particular category. So a detailed research process is involved in that. uh, Usually that is how the rankings, the submissions, the legal awards are happening.
Sir, if any law student who has just graduated or someone who is into the legal field, he wants to pursue his career as a law firm management consultant, then how can he do?
The good part is To become a law firm management professional, so far there is no particular requirement, degree wise I'm speaking. You don't have, it's not necessary you have to be a lawyer to become a part of a law firm management consulting or work as an in-house. It's always an added advantage if you are a lawyer, because then you understand the environment, the legal environment, the
Right, sir.
legal ecosystem. um, Now if anybody wants to be part of the law firm management ecosystem, I would always suggest start with initially start with a consulting firm, because that's how you will have an idea about how things function. Because what happens in in-house, I'm talking about the big the top firms, there is categorization of departments where you work in. Now for example, if you're working in a corp com team, which is usually handling the branding side, all the submissions, all the rankings, then you will be learning only about the branding strategies of the law firm management, because law firm management as a whole includes a lot of services. When you're working with a consulting firm, then there are chances that you will be functioning on different projects, and which can include social media management, which can also include the business development strategies, your PR strategies. So anybody who is starting, start with a consulting firm, and then gradually you can pick which particular field of law firm management uh, excites you the most, and accordingly you can choose either if you want to work in a consulting firm or you want to function in-house.
So, what are the different roles in law firm management?
So there are multiple areas where any law firm management professional will work in. First is branding. Branding includes all your submissions, rankings, all the legal awards which are happening in the market. It also includes the networking opportunities. Networking opportunities are not limited to only the legal events, but also to sector specific events which a law firm wants to target. That is first. Second is business development. Business development includes search engine optimization, uh, email campaigns, LinkedIn campaigns, forming strategic alliance with like cross border alliance. So that is usually the part of the business development services. Then we have PR as a service, where a individual can assist on the forming the PR strategies, maintaining the media relations, making sure all the media codes are delivered on time, uh, thought leadership pieces are delivered on time. Apart from the PR, then there is human resource management role a person can opt for, where usually all the role revolves around managing the lawyers within the firm. And then the social media management. Social media management is like people are making careers in the social media, so social media management is another area where any particular individual can look out for if they want to function in law firm management side. um, uh, so yeah, I think these are few areas which anybody can opt for.
Sir, if someone wants to build his career in law firm management as a consultant, sir, how is the work life balance as compared to litigation or in house role?
So comparatively, it's not that aggressive, if I can say. I'm speaking from my own experience. It could be different for different people, but as far as I have observed, any law firm management professional, they have their own challenges. There are different set of challenges, but as litigation professionals and the corporate lawyers have strict deadlines to follow, comparatively, I would say a law firm management professional uh, enjoys more of a work life balance.
So, what are the challenges in managing a law firm?
So, to be specific, there are no certain challenges in managing a law firm. Challenges arise when there is a lack of communication. Um, if you have proper systems and processes in place, I don't think so. While managing a law firm, there could be any challenges which will happen. But if the communication between the management team and the legal team is not uh, in like they if they are not in coordination, then certain challenges can arise. So not no specific challenges, but yeah, if the communication gap is there, then you can miss the deadlines for making the submission. If there is a media story which is required to be covered, you miss that deadline. So those kind of challenges, small challenges can happen.
Sir, are the law firms allowed to advertise themselves online? Or is there any Bar Council of India rule with respect to this?
So Bar Council has certain restrictions on the advertisement of the law firms. So law firms technically can't advertise. Uh, in 2008, there was certain relaxation with the with websites, that law firms are allowed to have website. They can display what kind of work area of practices. So technically, you can't have the traditional advertising for the law firms, but uh, there are different ways where law firm can talk about their work. It Every law firm has have to make sure that any content which is being put out should not be promotional. It should be informative. That is one of the major thing. On social media specifically, there are no certain guidelines on social media, but again, it's always advisable whatever you're putting on your social media as well, it should be informative. Nothing promotional should be uh, shared.
Sir, what advice would you give to small or mid-sized law firms who are looking to improve their business development?
So first and the foremost, always focus on your existing client, maintain the client relationship, have a strong client relationship, because the major chunk of revenues and comes from the referral work initially. To have business development strategies in place, I would always suggest focus on social media, focus on SEO. It can, if utilized in a right way, help you in generating revenues in the long term. Focus on PR. It helps you tell your story, helps you create a thought leadership in the market. And focus on branding, because it's a very cost effective way of showcasing yourself. So these are the four areas where I usually advise.
So, where do you see law firm management going in future?
See, right now, if you see the trend, a lot of lawyers from tier 1 law firms, whether it be Delhi, Bombay, in top tier cities, हर कोई अपनी एक लॉ फर्म स्टार्ट कर रहा है. लाइक पीपल आर नाउ मोर विलिंग टू स्टार्ट देयर ओन लॉ फर्म rather than working with top law firm. So which is a positive sign for us because जितना जितनी ज्यादा लॉ फर्म्स सेटअप होंगी मार्केट में, that will create a demand for the law firm management professionals. So the industry, I think, has a very positive future. And जैसे आगे हम बढ़ते जाएंगे इस पर्टिकुलर इस फील्ड में, we'll see a lot of more creativity in the law firm management. We can also expect to have certain more areas in law firm management, and I think it has a good future.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming to our show. And this was a very insightful session. I hope इस पॉडकास्ट से लोगों को लॉ फर्म मैनेजमेंट के बारे में काफ़ी आइडिया मिल गया होगा.
Thank you, Amit, for calling me, and I'm also very hopeful that I was able to do justice with the podcast. Thank you for calling me.